I made a video talking about the MTG vintage models came in bracelet band mixed with resin and metal stainless steel of course, and today will be a similar one as well, except it is not from the MTG, it is called the G, like literally the G, a quite popular series back in the early 2000, and this specific one will came with a Casio-2970 module, so you can see here two band, or should I say multi-band 2. And this is how it looked like. It is the total opposite of this full digital model, still on the similar size, except this one is a little bit more roundish in comparison to this, a little bit more simpler. And I gotta say, from Casio website they mentioned this is made to be a little bit more on the elegance side. Well, I'm not complaining. It is indeed released in the year 2005. I guess at that time this is kind of like the standard, unlike today where everything is a little bit more boxy. The most curviest one, is, if that's even a word, is the GW-1000, but yeah, it's still pretty big. This one has a dimension of 58 millimeters on length or lug to lug distance times 45 millimeters on width size, and the thickness is roughly 15 millimeters. The overall weight, I believe, including the full strap, the full bracelet, would be 140-ish grams, which is really heavy, but that's depends on how many links that you use. In this case, it does feels very heavy, a lot heavier than this MTG model, and the watch looks weird. I rarely see anybody talking about the watch, and I found it to be incredibly unique because it is fully round in shape. It is mostly metal, but it has some sort of resin layer underneath. I don't know why Casio do this, but they usually does it, and they make the most important part of the watch in resin. For example, in this case, the adapter, which is from my experience, this part will crack over time depending on how you use it, and when it does crack, especially on this lug spring bar in there, there's nowhere else to find a replacement, and there's something you need to think about as well if you're already thinking about getting one of these. Casio-2970 GW-600DJ stainless steel back Japan, water resistant to 20 bar, and the G-shock resist shock absorbing structure. And apparently they add the batch number on the side instead of at the bottom. We have 001C148E, 148th day of 2005. Pretty old, making it like over than almost 15 years old up to date, and it's still working fine. And despite my concern, the adapter is still holding up very well. But I've seen other vintage models that's already got this part correct and destroyed, so be very aware of that. So highlights on this model, aside from the round shape, they have this grill shape button, or textured button should I say, 4 of them in resin and 1 metal button at the front. They should be in fully gloss finish, but there's a lot of scratch because I got this in used condition. But I think I could try to polish it back and make it look good again. But I don't think I could save this resin part anymore. There's some sort of discoloration here and there. But regardless, the metal part is very much savable. This watch is really, it's almost round in shape, and there are 2 variations. This is the GW-600. There's another one called GW-610 that have 3 eye on top. That one looks very much similar as the GW-600DJ G-shock watch that we got today. I'll try to find it and make a review video about it in the future, but for right now, this is it. So have a look up close on the watch face design, which I think look kind of cool. It looks really clean. It is straightforward day and time display. That's it. There's the battery indicator over there and a receiving indicator for the wave centrifuge. Again, multi-band 2 only. Let's see now. I haven't explored it yet. Let's see if I could do anything. This is the manual receiving function. You could swap it to date display. Okay, that's pretty cool. The EL backlighting should glow in green. Barely able to see it, but there it is. It is fully solar powered, of course, which means you will have power saving and full auto light functions. First mode will brings you into the wartime. This one will have, I believe, 30 cities and 29 time zones registered in. And next we'll have alarm. We have 5 of them with snooze and signal feature. Oh, but look at that. I press the light button just now and RECOV just lights on. No wonder the EL won't light up because the battery is currently low. I'm going to charge it up after this. Anyway, we have a countdown timer here to 60 minutes only. Let's see, I could start it. 1/10 seconds precision. Stop and reset it back, and then you'll have a stopwatch. This will ghost you to 24-hour range. Stop, reset, and yeah, that should back to home time. Alarm, timer, stopwatch, and then you'll have world time. Alright, very basic function, really straightforward, like most the G-Shock watch at that time. Let me remove my Golf Master, which also happens to come in bracelet, except this one is resin composite, supported with metal, of course, on the inside. Okay, I haven't set this size yet. Let's see if this thing could fit. Nope, fully loose fit. But I gotta say, for my 15 centimeter circumference wrist, even though the dimension looks big, but since the shape is just round, it's curvy, it didn't appear as big as other G-Shock watches that have similar sizing, which I think looks pretty cool. And the digital display, well, from my own experience, I gotta say this is not the best. It's not as contrasty as recent models, but since the size is large enough, you could see it even from a distance, and that's okay. Okay, the bracelet looks good, and since it has a really heavy feels on it, the watch feels solid. Again, I don't think I have mentioned it yet. The price is 27,000 Japanese yen or at retail. But I'm very sure you could grab one today, at least half than that, depending on the condition. So it's still gonna be pretty pricey, but again, depending on the condition, the price might get lower. So I'm not sure if anyone of you guys own one of these. I'm not sure if there are any other G-Shocks that have similar engine but on a different body. I'm kind of lost on this the G series. There's so many of them. I haven't fully grasped the concept, the variations of them yet. I haven't recognized and memorized them yet, but for right now, this is GW-600 series G-Shock watch, which I guess will look good to some people if you are into round shaped G-Shock watch. Give it a shot, maybe you'll like it. Okay, thank you very much for watching. This is Josh F, and